Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back to the Sunday recap, my weekly vlog where I talk a little bit about my last week in games. As always, we'll start with EVE Online. It's probably been an average amount of EVE Online last week. Of course, with a decently heavy focus on getting the Orca build going in Solitude, and I did a bit of mining, but as I said in the comments, I also cut a few corners by buying up some extra minerals in order to get all the capital parts going. Which brings me to maybe two little points that I learned there. First of all, it's very helpful if you have ISK to make other players work for you. So I put up some buy orders for Tritanium, which was my main bottleneck, and picked some up. Of course, I had to pay a little bit of a premium to get the orders filled up quickly, but it's a very easy way to get what you need decently quickly. Someone else will do the transportation for you. And another one is that the one blueprint that has like 38 runs needed, I think it's Capital Cargo Bay, that is a major time bottleneck because it took me, I think, in total 5 days or more than 5 days in order to build everything. And so a good idea is actually to spread that out in several different smaller blueprint copies so that you can have multiple running at the same time. But next to that, I got back into Detail as well, of course, for the blueprint copy business, which got a bit of a boost. All of a sudden I could put 16 new copies, new contracts up, including the Raitaru blueprint copy that went up again. So these guys were going for like 6 to 7 million just a couple of weeks ago, and now they were going for 17 million again. So that market is very much alive. I'm doing my best to keep that going as well, because it is a nice income that doesn't require all that much EVE playtime, and it helps with keeping the fuel blocks going and things like that. So pretty good week, I would say, for EVE Online, and of course I'm looking forward to May 9th when the Alliance logos are coming to the structures. After that we have some Stellaris, so I've been playing a decent amount in my single player game, and then on Sunday I tried to play with my brother in a co-op game. So there's a pretty big difference between the two. In my single player game I'm becoming very powerful. In fact, I've become equivalent to the fallen empires that are on the map as well. So that's been going really well. I've been trying to keep things peaceful to allow the others to do their stuff as well. I still have plenty of colonies that I need to build, so I can definitely still grow in power without going the conflict route. And I'm looking forward to unlocking some of the mega structures, which has yet to happen there. But that's been a pretty smooth progression, but the same feeling is still looming over the Utopia expansion there for me, while the Hive Mind is very cool and I think pretty powerful way of playing Stellaris as well. It makes things a bit more smooth throughout the general gameplay, because especially if you take Venerable, you really don't need to watch for much anymore. Your leaders are gonna last you through most of the game, and after that you don't need to worry about happiness and things like that. You can basically really focus on the resources, on your military, and expanding your empire. Very cool way of playing the game, but it's taking a very long time until other new stuff comes out. So the mega structures are definitely at the very end of the game there on the research tab. I've not unlocked any of them yet, and that I feel is maybe excuse me, a little bit disappointing, because I would have liked to see at least the option of remaining a smaller sized empire, but being able to build yourself up with some of the new structures, I think would have been cool and would have added a lot to Stellaris itself. And on the multiplayer game, you know, it's only once a week that we play for a couple of hours. That's not going very quickly, and it's also not going very well, because we've been trying to surround another civilization early on, but he's basically becoming very powerful, and well, we'll have to go to war with him in order to be able to expand our own borders. So we'll see how that works out. But Stellaris is definitely a very fun game, but I have to warn you, if you're expecting the Utopia expansion to really change the game through the entire experience, that's not really the case. You can choose the Hive Mind, but after that it's really plow through another full game, get to end game, and then find out what the superstructures do. And finally, another game that I played a few games of, really nothing too major, but Dagarn told me to get back into at least a little bit of Heroes of the Storm, because you got a pack that's like 23 heroes just for starting the game up with the new update 2.0. So I've only played a few games and I really am not sure if I'm going to play a lot of Heroes of the Storm, let alone cover it on the channel. Because, well, the game has changed a lot, and I have to be honest, I was playing a couple of games with Lily after unlocking all the other heroes that I could grab and all of the rewards. The game has changed substantially. It was very addictive. All of a sudden I was actually having fun, and I played 3, 4, 5 games in a row right off the bat. But at the end of those games I was also already starting to feel the MOBA pressure that you can feel. I was feeling like, you know, my other players are letting me down, one lane is not doing well, and so it's definitely still very much a MOBA experience, although I have to say it feels a lot more accessible than something like a Dota, where games can last up to an hour. Here a long game is 20-25 minutes and that's it. So you can jump in and out of the game, but I basically have not found the motivation to get back into running the daily quests, earning gold, trying to unlock new heroes or anything like that. I just played a couple games with my favorite hero Lily just to check the game out. It has definitely changed a lot. I don't know any of the maps anymore, I don't know most of the heroes anymore, and so that made for on one side a very interesting experience, very new one, but it also became decently frustrating rather quickly when you kept losing and you kept not really knowing what's going on or why the enemy was getting ahead of you and things like that. So it would become a pretty major learning process to get back into Heroes of the Storm, and I just don't know if I have the energy for that. But 23 heroes, if you have any interest in Heroes of the Storm or a MOBA, then I think this would be the right time to at least download the game, start it up, and see what it's all about and what kind of free gifts Blizzard is giving you at the moment with the 2.0 release. And that's going to be it for this week, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.